It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going.
It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sport. We are... Well, Kevin. David, you're right. It takes a toll. Thank you. And Steve, for teams getting ready for the playoffs, what are they telling their younger guys on those teams to get them mentally prepared?
I think play within yourself. Don't try to do too much. And I think the one thing is the managing of your body and understanding when you're in the playoffs, you're seeing the exact team over and over and over. And it comes down to execution. Even though they know your plays and know your tendencies, it's the team that do it harder, do it more efficient, gives themselves a better chance to win games.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Heat, Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Karl-Anthony Towns. And it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. Conley with it, now guarded by Dragic. The kick out to Brown. Shot clock at 5. And the basket is good.
And that's where Brown is at his best. A muscular beast who loves finishing strong through the contact.
There's the pass to Bogdanovich. Now Towns. Wade outside. Here's Bogdanovich. And that misses everything.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
And here's Miami. It's a 3-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
They couldn't hit a thing out there. With that awful shooting percentage, you will be lucky to win one game in this league.
Brown against Wade. Pass to Bogdanovich. And it's blocked by Brown. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Here's Wade. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Well, it seems the Heat's identity is always built, Steve, on defense.
Physical and nastiness, part of the system, part of the culture in Miami.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Conley against Dragic, shoots from 12. Jokic kicks to Barnes. Randall down low. Siakam pulls it in.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Wade against Brown. Puts it up from 12. Jokic grabs the miss. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Randall with the bucket.
Boy, he reads the defense well. Makes a nice adjustment. Very dependable.
The Heat trail by 3. Wade passes to Towns. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Bogdanovich. Brooklyn with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team. Now here's Barnes. Tight defense on him.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Let's go. Again, the miss by the Heat.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
On the court for Miami here in the second, Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Bogdanovich, and it's Siakam in at the four-man position.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Miami trailing.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though, one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Dragic gets the bucket.
That's a strong move right down there in the paint. Something you see a lot from Goran Dragic.
Conley surveying the D. Brown wide open. He fires. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got tall.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the chart.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Brown outside. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Conley finds Jokic. Offline with his three.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
I know, Steve, when you were an amateur basketball player, some people had suggested they're not teaching enough skill. Now that same refrain is heard. But then you see young players like Jason Tatum, Dennis Smith Jr. What's your opinion now?
You know, I think people look at these players individually, and I think these young guys coming up in youth basketball, the individual player that plays better gets the 4-star, the 5-star. So a lot of these guys want to be that player. We don't put enough emphasis on team basketball. So whereas you're just as important as the best guy, and I think if we can change that narrative, you will see that. But skill-wise, I think we're okay for our skills with guys with the basketball. I think now we got to have guys understanding how to play without it in their hands.
Back to Conley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A tremendous floor leader. Amazing that Conley's only averaged around 6 assists a game for his career.
He hits the second from the line. Steve, you're talking about Conley, a guy who gives you much more than what you see on the stat sheet.
What he does, he controls the pace, the rhythm, understands how to manage the game, and he does it all with great efficiency.
Brooklyn trailing. Randall outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
Both free throws good from Randall. 58 seconds left in the first half. Outside Dragic. Towns with it. Now defended by Jokic. Towns kicks to Dragic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. It's Brown on the wing. Nets passing it around. Barnes passes to Randall. And he gets the bucket. Randall's got 6 points in the quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Dragic. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the line. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
And that's it for the first half. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And from what we saw, that's all for now.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Defensively coming in, you know he's going to be tough to stop, but I'm still waiting to see a plan to even contain him.
Harrison Barnes is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Conley, and it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Wade dishes to Towns. And Bogdanovich kicks to Dragic. Out to the right wing. Lets it go with a 3. Siakam misses.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
And it goes down 2 points. And now an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
They have just nailed their halftime adjustments. That's for sure. They don't want to have to sweat this one out. They're looking to pull away.
Towns, no luck.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play. Really, a lack of focus coming out of the break. So far, they are 0 for 3.
Trying to get open is Randall. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And Steve Goran Dragic, the most improved player back in 2014. He led Slovenia to a gold medal at the 2017 Eurobasket tournament.
You know, one of the better European players of the last decade. A slashing penetrator, crafty finishing around the rim as well.
And here's Conley outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Covered by Barnes. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Siakam kicks to Wade. Back to Siakam. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
Brooklyn leading by 6. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Dragic gets the bucket.
I mean, tremendous quickness off the pick and roll. Goran Dragic will run this on you all day.
Conley with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Nailed from three-point land. Barnes has got 5 points so far.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Wade finds Towns. Bangs home the trifecta. Towns has got his second basket of the game.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Outside Conley. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 11.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this lead.
The Heat trail by 8. Outside Bogdanovich. Towns against Jokic. Dragic looking for an opening. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 11 rebounds in the game.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Randall kicks to Conley. Barnes right side. He gets it up. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Dragic and Wade, the 2 playmakers in the guard spots. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Siakam in at power forward. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Here's Towns. Outside Dragic. Dishes to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wade. Bullseye. Wade's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Heat. Brooklyn leading by 6. And here is Conley. Here's Jokic. Towns with the defensive effort.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Wade. And it's blocked by Brown.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
Here's Conley. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
You know what? Mike Conley is so crafty, finding a way to take the bump and weave through the defense.
Gets the pass to Towns. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Outside Conley. Passes it to Jokic. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now a 10-point Nets lead.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on them.
And the Heat call time here.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He said, guys, we have got to get back in transition, run on the court and score in our early offense, and that will help our transition defense. See if they can pick up the tempo, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Siakam. No good on the triple.
Wow, and this is his range. Maybe he was too wide open.
Barnes kicks to Jokic. Barnes against Bogdanovich. Now here's Barnes. He's covered closely, and the shot goes in. Barnes has got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
The defense did their best, but sometimes it just does not matter to Barnes at all because he keeps his eyes on the rim at all times. Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper, just fails to create enough room to operate.
From the line, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Nets lead by 12.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
Yes, and you're watching. Even this late in the game, they're still making plays. You got to love watching it.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nets.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Mike Conley.
How about the rhythm he got into tonight? Unstoppable at the offensive end. And the coach was smart. He kept calling his number.
Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Mike Conley is an effective two-way player. He's masterful at running the offense for you, and he is a big-time defender at that point guard position.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
And the Heat call time here. They trail by 7. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Coming into this game, he had been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
There's some big-time teaching moments tonight. Hopefully, they become a better team for it.
Barnes dishes to Conley. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But, David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
I hit the high.